If you thought slicing up a speaker cone with a razor blade was wild in part 1, wait until you hear why the actual FBI spent 2.5 years of our tax dollars trying to decode a 3-chord rock song. Welcome back to Groovy Tunes. Let's get into part 2. How about we dive in with The Who's masterpiece, My Generation? When this dropped in '65, that vocal stutter from Roger Daltrey. Why don't you all fade away? Man, we all thought it was the ultimate rebellious punk rock attitude before punk even existed. Turns out, it was a total accident. Daltrey was in the vocal booth and his headphones kept cutting out. He couldn't hear his own backing track. He got nervous, and he just started naturally stammering over the words, trying to find the beat. Their manager heard the playback and said, "Keep it. You sound like a kid hyped up on amphetamines." Sometimes the best rock and roll is just a happy accident. Now, for those of us who were around back then, you know that getting on the Ed Sullivan Show was the absolute holy grail. If you made it there, you made it everywhere.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight, live from New York, the Ed Sullivan Show. And now, here he is, Ed Sullivan. Thank you.
So the Doors get booked in 1967, but right before they go on, the producers corner Jim Morrison. They beg him to change the line in Light My Fire that says, "Girl, we couldn't get much higher," because it sounded too much like drug culture for family television. Jim nods his head, says, "Sure thing, guys." Then he walks out on live, national television, looks right into the camera, and belts out Higher as loud as he possibly can. Ed Sullivan was absolutely furious. He refused to shake their hands after the song, and the Doors were banned from the show for life. Jim Morrison didn't give a damn. You all know I am a massive prog rock guy, but even I have to admit that by the early 70s, things were getting a little out there. And nothing proves that more than Hocus Pocus by the Dutch band Focus. This track is just pure, beautiful insanity. You've got these incredibly heavy, driving guitar riffs, completely interrupted by a grown man yodeling at the top of his lungs, playing the flute and busting out an accordion. The guys in the band literally wrote it as a joke. They wanted to see how completely ridiculous they could get on stage, just throwing every bizarre sound they could think of into a blender to shock the audience. And what happened? It became a massive worldwide hit. You just can't predict what people are gonna groove to. Let's wrap this up with a little true crime. Well, almost. Let's talk about the Kingsmen and Louie Louie. The recording quality on this song was so muddy, and the singer was slurring his words so badly, that teenagers everywhere started a rumor that the lyrics were actually incredibly dirty and obscene. The rumor got so out of hand that the actual FBI got involved. I'm not kidding. The federal government spent 30 months playing this rock and roll record at different speeds, backwards and forwards, trying to decode the filth. Their official, taxpayer-funded conclusion after 2.5 years. The song was, and I quote, unintelligible at any speed. The FBI literally couldn't figure out the lyrics to a 3-chord rock song. Man, they just don't make them like they used to. You look back at the 60s and 70s, and it was just the Wild West out there in the music business. You've got guys getting banned from national television just for singing too loud, and the federal government spending our hard-earned tax dollars trying to figure out a garage band from Portland. Pure insanity. If you had fun taking this trip back in time with me, do me a favor and hit that like button and make sure you're subscribed to Groovy Tunes. Let me know down in the comments, did you ever try to decode those Louie Louie lyrics back in the day? Did you believe the rumors? Let's hear it. All right, before I sign off today, you all know exactly where my heart is. I am a massive prog rock guy, through and through. So, Do yourselves a favor. Grab some good headphones, sink into a comfortable chair, and just let this one wash over you. I'll be back soon with part 3 of this series, and I'll say it again. I promise you, still absolutely zero country music. Stay groovy, everybody, and I'll catch you in the next one.